Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Today will be a brand new chapter. If you have not watched the previous videos, I suggest that you do. If not, you have no idea what is going on in this video. Because today we'll be doing chapter 3 on my book, The Millionaire Bartender. It's such a good book. Yes, shamelessly plugging my book. So, previously, Maya called in after she saw an ad for looking for a dishwasher. So she called in, and this chapter is called The Dishwasher. So let's start right now. Interesting. You have left your work experience blank. Embarrassed about your previous jobs? Or do you really have zero work experience? Well, being 18 and a student before this, work opportunities didn't exactly present themselves before me. I do have zero work experience. This is my first ever job interview actually. You are sarcastic. I like that. This place needs more character anyway. I see that you don't have an education beyond secondary school. Well, it's not like one needs a PhD in culinary to be a dishwasher. When can you start? I can start tomorrow. Cool. The part-time pay is $6 per hour. The working hours are 6 p.m. to midnight. Transport will be provided after work. How often can you work? There'll be an ASMR there. I can work the maximum days I am allowed to. So eager. For now, I can give you 3 days. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Those are our busiest nights. And I will decide after that, looking at your performance and how eager you still are, if you deserve more days. How does that sound? Sounds reasonable to me. Cool. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Oh. Maya was nervous when she woke up. It was the first day of her first ever job, and a night one too. She told her parents about her new job, but they were not overly excited about it. Her mom had not spoken to her since the heated conversation a few weeks ago. Her dad only grunted at Maya, not too happy to hear that his only daughter was going to wash dishes eaten off from strangers. It's only temporary, Dad. I will soon start my own business and make more money than all our ancestors put together. I trust that you will, her dad smiled at her. Do you know what business you want to start? I don't know yet, but I am sure I'll come up with something. Do you really have to work at night and on the weekends? I don't really have a choice. Besides, I like to challenge myself. I want to try doing something that I am not comfortable with. Fine, but don't strain yourself too hard. If you need money, I'll give it to you. Just don't tell your mom. I love you, Dad. Thank you. Maya kissed her dad on the cheek and gave him the warmest hug. Alright, Maya, this is your uniform, and here's your apron. Maya took the black t-shirt and blue plastic apron from her manager, Manny. The toilet is behind you, to the left, by the lockers. You can change your clothes there and put your things in the locker. Look for me in the kitchen once you are done. I'll show you to your station. Maya changed into her uniform and put on her apron. She locked her belongings in the locker and went into the kitchen. It was a small kitchen with 4 chefs. One of the chefs looked very angry. His face was red and steaming like a tomato in a sauna, and he was staring into the souls of his colleagues. I believe that is the head chef, Maya confidently told herself. She has watched enough cooking shows on television to know how stereotypical chefs acted in the kitchen. She always wondered why chefs are perpetually angry. Oh dear, do I still want to know? Her heart skipped a bit. Maya, this is your sink. Pretty straightforward. Sink, soap, sponge, trays, dishcloths, and so on. Everything you will need is here. The service staff will place the dishes through this opening. When you get dirty dishes, scrub them with a sponge and dishwashing detergent. Rinse them off and put them in a tray on their sides so that the water will drain off. You can wipe them with the cloth when it has dried a bit. Same thing for the cutleries, but you have to wipe them to remove the watermarks. Once all the plates and cutleries have been wiped and stacked accordingly, you need to bring them to their respective stations in the kitchen. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask anyone. Do you have any questions now? Asked Manny after his orientation. No, Manny. Seems straightforward, Maya replied. Cool. Welcome to your first day at the Hungry Den. Manny patted Maya on her shoulder and went off into the restaurant. Thank you, Maya replied. Maya sat on a curb along the side of the road. She was waiting with her new colleagues for the manager to lock the restaurant. It was midnight, but the Hungry Den was the only establishment that was closed. In all the other businesses, there were bars and restaurants. The Hungry Den did not have a proper bar, and it closed earlier than its neighbors. Maya was watching one of the bartenders from the bar opposite of the Hungry Den. He was such a showman, easily maneuvering the bottles and shakers as he entertained his guests sitting at the bar. He flawlessly threw the bottles into the air and caught them, all the while his waist-length charcoal black hair dancing with his every move. I wonder, what shampoo does he use? That hair could reflect the moonlight, Maya admired. He was noticeably confident, and there was a subtle cockiness in his magnetism. Who wouldn't be? He has so much flair, and the ladies are all giving him so much attention. That will be a huge boost to anyone's confidence, Maya thought. Alright, the transport is here. Let's go. Manny came up to Maya and led her to the minivan that brings all the staff home every night. 6 months had passed since Maya started working at the Hungry Den. Even though she was only washing dishes, she did learn a few things. She learned how to organize her things, manage time efficiently, multitask, work in a well-structured manner so that the dishes will be washed, dried, and brought to their stations in the shortest possible time. Maya was amazed that she had learned something valuable by just washing dishes. It was therapeutic as well, being alone with no one to shout at her like how the chefs were always yelling at each other. Maya was getting bored and wanted a new challenge at a higher paying job. She had been saving most of her salary for the 6 months, a total of $4,000 after some basic expenses. $4,000 over 6 months is not a lot, even for an 18-year-old. But it was better than being broke, and Maya was incredibly grateful for her job. However, the yearning for a more stable income had her looking elsewhere. That night, while waiting for the transport to arrive, Maya looked across the street at the bar again. The same bartender was making his drinks for his delighted customers. Maya wished that she could be like him. She wanted the attention and was tired of hiding in a quiet corner of the restaurant. She wanted to be just like him. No, I want to be better than him. She rubbed the grooves of her heavily wrinkled dishwashing fingers and looked at them. Maybe it's time. Okay, so that was the end of chapter 3. I hope you found that interesting like I did, obviously. And yeah, so stay tuned for the next video where we'll go on to chapter 4. I wonder what Maya is going to do. If she's going to apply to be a bartender. Sounds a lot more fun than washing dishes. So please leave a like, subscribe, whatnot, the usual stuff, and I'll see you guys next week with chapter 4. Okay, take care, bye.